Sanbanani guys, welcome back to yet another video. You guys, we are talking about the new kid on the block that has been trending, Love Never Lies South Africa. Now, I thought of doing a review on each of the episodes, but I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna come on here and give my 2 cents comments on each and every couple and the show holistically. Now, when I saw this couple was giving the vibes of Love Never Lies, the franchise, because I thought maybe, I don't know why, I thought somehow it was going to be different. But guys, I was just like, whoa, this is going to be messy. Because from the ones that are from overseas, guys, they normally bring people's exes into the show and all of that. So I knew it was going to be a messy one. My first impression, guys, of the show is that I don't know why couples go onto the show, in all honesty, because even if your relationship needs that type of test, I don't think this is the type of test any relationship needs, in all honesty. I don't see how does it build, your relationship, I don't see how it helps you get to that next step. Like, how is throwing temptations in front of a person like helpful in any type of setup, guys? Because yeah, but anyway, my first question was if the show is staged or not. Because here in South Africa, there's a new trend that's going on with these new shows, you guys, where it's like you see your content creators, your influencers, and people who really want to grow their social media influencing career or entering these shows. And so they're entering not because they really are together or not because they really want to win money. Maybe some do really want to win money, but they just want to grow their influencing don guys. So another thing I noticed from the show, guys, I'm just like, I watched 6 episodes and they said there's going to be 8 episodes. So I guess there's 2 more episodes that's coming out on the 6th of December. My question is like, are these people really playing for money? Because guys, when you watch the American one, guys, at some point, Abantu start having a strategy. So that's why it made me think that maybe this thing is not staged, because the way people don't have a strategy, I'm just like, guys, the way you guys are just watching the premium videos like that, like, guys, there's money, like, people are forgetting about the money. And I guess it's only natural for people to forget about the money if truly your feelings are invested into something. So I really don't know, because if I was there, hey, bo, guys, I'm focusing on the money. Mengi itholile imali, I will go ncenga my person when I'm done. Anyway, let's get right into it, guys. Okay, before we get right into it, guys, there was this first game that they played where they made the first half where they were introducing the first half of the couples to their singles, and then they made them wear bucket hats. I'm like, why are you making the ladies wear bucket hats? Because I just kind of felt like you killing the ladies vibes. I just did not. One thing about me, I don't like bucket hats. I feel like I don't like them, but I feel like there's an occasion for them. But why were they making the girls, like, with their nice hairstyles, they wear bucket hats? And I'm just like, there could have been another way to match the singles and the people who are living in the house or in the villa. You could have given them bracelets, you could have given them flags or something, but not those bucket hats. I'm sorry. Also, as well, the second round of singles, guys, I am disappointed. Like, that second round of singles, I'm just like, that was not enough. There was not enough mfuto, guys, to get those people. Like, guys, that second round of singles, I was just like, even Hunse's single, I'm just like, I don't think, yeah, the girl's gorgeous, like, no offense, but I just felt like they needed to bring the best of the best for the second round, because Vela, these people are already going through umkuwab. So we need people who are capable of bringing about the temptation. Anyway, let's get into the couples. Let's start at Munaka and Honse. My first impression of this couple, guys, in all honesty, and this is just my 2 cents comments, you guys. I honestly don't like Uhonse for Umanaka. I saw on social media that people are saying that it's actually an open secret for people who know this couple, because I noticed Uhonse that I noticed that he was a content creator. I recognized him, but Umunaka, is it Munaka? Yeah, Munaka. I don't know her, but I guess she's also a content creator. People were saying, Wuti, these people broke up a long time ago. So I'm like, if they broke up a long time ago, why are they here? And even the way they were playing the game, they really were playing the game as people were still into one another. Because I thought Hunter was going to be the guy who has his money on the game. But it's just like, guys, like just stay together just for the sake of the money or something, angazi. But I guess you still can be with your single angiti. You can break up with your partner and be with your single and still win the prize, the money prize or the cash prize, according to my own understanding. So I felt like Ukai just gives off vibes that he's full of himself, he's childish. But then again, guys, I thought Hunter's only 22 years old. What really are we expecting from him? But I just felt like Umunaka, you know what? I kind of, I don't know what to say. I kind of like Munaka, and I kind of feel like she just deserves a guy who's kind of like at her maturity type of level. But I do kind of feel like Ugel is in denial. I feel like Ugel, because there was a time when Uhunzio was asked, have you cheated? There was a footage where Umini Dlamini was playing something and they were asking, have you cheated? His single was asking him, have you cheated on Umunaka before? And we didn't get to see whether he answered that as a yes or no. And then Umunaka then says, I don't even want to think about that because I'm going to faint and die right here. Like, I don't even want to think about that. Guys, for me, it just says, you in denial. If you don't even have to want to think about something, it means that the possibility of this person cheating could possibly hurt you. And it means that you are kind of tululu because at some points, guys, you've got to ask yourself the important questions. If this person's not acting right for you and you can see the way they're moving, they're giving the vibes of these guys that, like women, I mean, he gets the attention. Why aren't you confronting that question? So I feel like deep down Ukal has a feeling that Ukai has been cheating on her, but she just doesn't want to confront the reality. That type of situation of as long as I don't have proof, then it's fine. I feel like it's that type of situation. Guys, before we get any further, Minnie Dlamini's outfits, Minnie Dlamini's makeup, looks, everything, each and every episode was giving. Like the team was busy with her wardrobe, makeup, hair, guys. 10 out of 10. Like Ukel was giving. So even when Uhuntu was saying this was a prolonged fling, he said his relationship with Umunaka, he feels like it was a prolonged fling. Honestly, I was not surprised at that because I'm like, it does kind of give those vibes. It's like Umunaka wants this relationship to work more than him. But one thing about guys like that, they make it look like that in public, but in the private places, they the ones busy begging you, busy telling you how much they want to spend the rest of their life with you. So I feel like it's that type of thing of in future, you see your future self with this person, but you are not your future self yet. And I feel like Umunaka at the moment is dating potential, not who Hunze really is. Okay, let's go to the second couple, Ukuda and Lun. When I first saw this couple, I'm just like, how long have they been dating? 7 years, you guys? I personally feel if you've been dating 7 years, no mundo, and you still can't answer the question of whether you guys want to settle or not, I just feel like ayikho indaba yenu. Ayikho indaba yenu. You guys are just really you guys are like, let me not say you guys, because everyone, guys, wants the familiar. We want the comfortable thing. So that's why it's easy for us to run back to our toxic exes, to run back to toxic situations, even though we know they don't serve us, because it's just much more easier to run back to what's familiar. And I feel like this is what this couple's doing. I feel like Ukuda has those tendencies. He's said before that his relationships really has the tendency of having long-term relationships. So for me, it just gives the type of vibes of a guy that stays in a relationship just for the sake of staying, even though he's not happy. Because how do you have so many long-term relationships? You know what it's like to be in a relationship, and now you're in a relationship with Lynn, like, and you're still confused. So, kahle, but I must say this about Lynn. I feel like Ulim low-key gives pretty type of vibes. She's not as bad as pretty, but whenever Ukuda did something that was just not okay, the stuff that she would say, they were low-key, low-key emasculating. I don't know if it was just me because I don't see much comments and that I saw a lot of people, they were like, yeah, Lynn, because Lynn was like, I have to mother you because you don't want to be man enough, or she didn't say you don't want to be man enough. She said something like you act like a baby, but she would do gaslighting whenever Ukhuda did something or said something that was not okay or embarrassing. So I do feel like she low-key gives pretty vibes, but she's not as bad as Upriti, you guys. So that couple, I angazi, guys. Oh, do I see Munaka and Huntia going back together? No, I don't see it happening. I do feel like Huntia is the type of girl that, like, it takes a while to truly move on from something, but once she moves on, she won't look back. So I really hope that she doesn't go back to that relationship. Do I see Ukuda and Lynn going back? I do see them going back because, in all honesty, in as much as they've got their issues, I do feel like Lynn actually loves Ukuda. My first impressions of the couple when I saw them, I'm just like, look, girl, udlala guy. Because, like, physically looking, she looks honestly as if she's out of his league. But then when you get to know them, you're like, okay, I see the energies do kind of match. But I do feel like there's love that is shared amongst them. So I do potentially see their relationship working, but they just need to be honest with one another, guys. 7 years is too long for people to not be sure about one another. So if you're settling, you know what you're settling for. If you move on, okay? And then Naledi and Nikiwe. Guys, when I saw Unaledi and Unikiwe for the first time, I was low-key judging Unikiwe because I was like, Unikiwe, she looks like ngati nguyo sile kule relationship. Because the first time she even came in, the expression she was making with her face, I'm just like, Unikiwe is the problem in this relationship. And Unaledi, she's the one who constantly wants to please her partner. Kanti, where my me, guys? Yup. Anyway, Unokuzana, there was a part where Unaledi says that she said where Naledi was saying that Unigi was not open with her finances. So I was then thinking, okay, if Unigi was not open with the finances, which means maybe Unigi was the one making less financially, she's making less money in the relationship, only to find out episodes later that Kanti Unaledi is financially dependent on Unigiwe. And then she goes and have a conversation with someone in the house, basically saying ukuthi she doesn't understand ukuthi Unigiwe uyenzani imali yakhe. She can't take her child. Like, I mean, if you're working, you should be able to afford to buy yourself a pair of shoes each and every month, and you should be able to take your child out to whatever trip they want to go out to. I'm like, the nerve to say such things, and yet you're dependent on someone financially. The nerve to even want to have more financial control, whereas you're not the one making the money. Okay, I know that kind of sounds toxic because when we get into a relationship, guys, and it depends on what level we are at in our relationship. My money is yours, your money is mine type of situation. But in all honesty, guys, even if that is the narrative that you guys have, I think it's always a healthy mindset to always remember ukuthi akusiyona imali yakho lena, as long as you guys are not married. Akusiyona imali yakho. Even if the person is doing things for you, be appreciative of it, but always have the mindset that you mustn't be too dependent on someone else's money. Yeah, guys, Unaledi shocked me when Unaledi said ukuthi yena, if it happens that yena no Nigiwe get married down the line. So this couple, guys, like they confuse me in all honesty. Unaledi said at some point that if her and Nigiwe get married, and then down the line they have 2 kids, and then Unaledi happens to find someone that her heart or soul matches with, she's going to pursue that connection. And yet, she's telling Unigiwe that they must get married and be exclusive with one another. So Unigi was like, no, Naledi doesn't, she wants to be a polygamous. She wants to be the only one who has many partners, but she wants me to be committed to her. That's when I saw Naledi. She is not as innocent as she looks, you guys. But you know what? I'm gonna say something. I appreciate someone's honesty, you guys. Sometimes, yes, it takes a while for you to be honest, but be honest with your needs and wants. At least umuntu mekahlala in the relationship or they leave. Or at least if a person decides to stay, I'm staying with that information, knowing ukuthi my partner doesn't want to be exclusive with me. My partner wants to be a polygamist, and I'm staying knowing that. Unlike me staying based on a false narrative that you only want to be with me, Kanti, mentally and in terms of and emotionally, you are awukho lapho. So I appreciate the honesty. I know a lot of people are not going to take it in that way, but it is what it is. Do I see these two being together? I actually see Unigiwe leaving this relationship, you guys. Clayton and Wilfred, they are the gay couple. Guys, when I saw these two, I was actually saying I actually thought that they were siblings. Their images match so much together. And for me, I find it very strange in two people who are so similar date. Because I'm just like, doesn't it frustrate you? That's why I kind of understood why Clayton felt like Wilfred outshines him in a sense because these two people are the same people. And like I feel like what makes a relationship work is yes, we must have similarities, but there must be places where where the other person feels like I am not so like maybe I'm an introvert and the other person's an extrovert. So we feel one another in there. But when people are too similar, you guys, I feel like there can be like like blurring of lines of I don't I, yeah of like it being like I don't know what I'm even saying. But anyway, so Clayton said at some point that he cheated on Wilfred. And he said that personally, he would not take back a cheater. And then on top of that, did he not say that he did not say, he never ever said he's sorry to Wilfred for cheating. I'm just like, you know what? Like it's giving me those type of vibes that Clayton just doesn't have the guts to break up with Wilfred. Guys, if a person is saying they cheated on you, and listen, when the person's even explaining it to you, they saying to you, listen, I personally don't date cheaters. I would never take it back a cheater. Aren't they saying to you, ukuthi and then on top of that, they saying on the show, ukuthi mina zange ngixolise. So they saying, ukuthi, I'm giving you the opportunity to break up with me because I clearly do not have the guts or either I just don't like hurting people like that. So I don't like breaking up with people. I prefer people breaking up with me, or I don't want to sit with the guilt of the what if. So I would rather you break up with me so that I can soothe myself, or so that I can convince myself that Vele, that relationship didn't work out, not because of me, but because they broke up with me. I feel like it's low-key giving those vibes. I feel like Clayton likes attention, and that's fine, you guys. I feel like Clayton just needs to be honest with Wilfred that he still likes the attention. He still wants to live that type of life where people are giving him their attention. On the other side, Wilfred looks like the type of person that just wants to settle down and just enjoy life with their partner. I just don't feel like they're on the same level. I do see them getting back together, but in all honesty, I just feel like Clayton is just is just not that type of person to hurt. I feel like he loves Wilfred, but I don't feel like he's ready to be in that type of relationship that Wilfred wants. Okay. Then going on to Usia no Pretty, you guys. Oh, Pretty girl's mouth. Hi, oh, Pretty shame. And you know what? I want to be sympathetic towards her because I feel like already social media is at her. Social media is actually likening her to what's that girl's name, Gwanja, from that other show, Yabo Nola. That toxic one, guys, they were all calling him Kohi with that girl. I'm gonna remember her name. Ukanya. People are saying that Upriti is worse than Ukanya. And I'm saying I want to be a little bit sympathetic towards her because I don't think it was easy for her watching that episode. I honestly do feel like there's love shared between these two. I just feel like Upriti, I feel like she resents Usia for not realizing how she downgraded for him. I feel like she resents him because every opportunity she wants to remind him, ukuthi, listen, my exes, if you could see my exes, they are tall, dark, and handsome. When like type of thing. So I feel like, those type of girls that feel like they are 10 and then they date these type of guys and forever want to remind them, with you pena when I did you a favor. I don't know if she got into that relationship because she thought, okay, if I date a guy who's less than me, because that's the mentality it's giving, that maybe he's going to listen to me, he's not going to cheat on me, he's going to do everything and treat me like the queen that I am, because listen, I am way out of his league. So I feel like she resents him for that. But listen, guys, if you're going to downgrade, if you believe you're downgrading, that's your decision to make. You have no guarantee whether the person's going to appreciate your sacrifices or not, but you can't want to make someone feel like they owe you your life or owe you their life just because of your decisions. Like, no one's forcing you to be in that relationship. But I also feel like Usia has what's the word? Usia has allowed Upreti to be like that. Because you know what? When I saw Usia for the first time, I'm just like, Yabana look guy. He looks like he behaves, but put him in a situation where like I'm saying, Gucci, your girlfriend could never find out about this. He doesn't look like a guy who will behave. So I feel like he behaves out of the fear of losing her. And I don't feel like that's a good enough reason for behaving. You must behave because you love and respect your partner. And quite frankly, because you feel like I'm not into that life anymore. But I feel like he behaves because he's scared of losing him. And I feel like Upriti he's ngangering her love. And he low-key does believe that Upriti is beyond his standard. And that's why he's a yes guy. He says yes to everything that Priti says and orders him to do. But anyway, Usia, when I saw this guy Shame, I felt sorry for him because when they brought a single in for Usia could not even see beyond that girl. What was that girl's name? That colored one who had red hair. He could not even see that, guys. You don't need a prophecy to see Ubuti. That girl, that colored girl with the red hair, she was not into Usia. She was not into him. That's why I'm saying I feel like, oh, that was the first date of singles. Yeah, she was not into Usia, but Usia was not reading that. He was not seeing that. He could not tell that. He was just happy to see Islay Queen Sentombazana. And Hunze even told him something. He said to Usia, if this is worth anything, that girl is not into you at all. And I feel like Hunze said that because Hunze knows that girl. He's went on a date with that girl. And Hunze, he seems like a guy who can read these things better. So Usia, it's like he gets excited. And yes, maybe Upriti was right that maybe he does have like a level of low self-confidence. Because it's like when he sees any type of smulanyana attention from a pretty girl, like all of a sudden he gets excited as if he doesn't have a beautiful woman. I was just like kind of like disappointed at, and I felt like, Sia, you need to be careful. Is Pretty like a control freak and speaks down on you? Yes. Is it something that can be unlearned? Yes. Does this woman seem like she truly does love you? Yes, guys. That's my own opinion. Even if people are like, no, I honestly do feel like this couple can work through their issues. But yeah, that's it. And then who's next? Nancy and Bushale. Yo, guys, Bati Ubushale is a Nola. I mean, Ubushale was trending, you guys, for the stuff he does. You know what about Ubushale? When you see Nancy and Bushale physically, they look like they make sense, guys. But when you listen to them, they don't make sense. To this day, I can't see like, why are you guys together? What attracted you guys to one another? I can't even tell, like, what is it that these people love about one another in terms of a romantic type of context. With Sia and Pretty, I see it there. With Clayton, like the others, I kind of see it. But with this couple, I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm like, what's your Kaleni? Like, why were these people together? Physically, they look like guys, and when you listen to them just vaguely speaking, they look like two mature type of people that are spiritually connected and whatnot. But I'm like, that's just it. Besides that, ubuhlali said Nancy is really good with his child. But besides that, I don't know. I didn't see no chemistry. I don't see no. It's like there was no fun in it. It's like these people like, but they just stuff. I'm just like, I don't get. I don't get it for real. But I would tell it, guys, I feel like he's those type of guys. If you don't know, guys, uzokutrepha lo mfana. Because when he speaks, he sounds profound. He sounds like he has depth. But I'm like, I'm not depth lab. Because if you can sleep with if you say you've got an 80 and then you meet a 20% of what you want in a relationship and you're sleeping with them on national TV like so quick, I like there's no you don't have dead. You don't. Like he seems that when he's speaking, guys, he seems like he's profound, like like all of those vibes. I'm just like, nah, this guy gives like he knows what to say to give us the impression that he wants us to give to that he wants to give. Now he was saying ukuthi angithi yena he slept with Umia, guys. And listen, Umia was a temptation. She was a temptation. When he said ukuthi Umia is his type, I'm like, njani? I don't even get like how is she your type? Number one, like I don't like personality wise. Like what does Nancy and Mia share um in common for him to say ukuthi it's his type? I'm just like, so if this is your type and Nancy's so far from your type, why are you udlalela ngengane yabantu? Or you just benefiting from the fact that she understands you and whatnot. But Ubuhlalo was clear that, listen, the issue with this couple, guys, like 2 months or 3 months can pass without them having sex. Buhlale says he finds it difficult to have sex with Nancy because he's always stressed. He comes home, Nancy's complaining for everything. And Nancy wants the sex, but he rejects her and all of that. I'm like, once a person starts complaining about the most like stuff that in a relationship you should be able to get over, that person is clearly not into you. For Buhlale to say that he comes home and Nancy stresses him, I just feel like that's an indication you're just not into her, because if you loved her, you'd want to find out, okay, babe, what is it that's stressing you? Or he's like, yeah, I'm always carrying Nancy's burden. Oh, Nancy, she doesn't finish what she started. I'm just like, boy, just be honest. You're no longer into this girl than putting her through all of this nonsense. But anyway, he did say that, listen, the reason why he struggles to have sex with the Nancy is because he feels like a person needs to arouse him mentally first before he gets there. And listen, a lot of people have been going on about that, guys, and like people are just like, no, like ayikho lonto and all of that. In all honesty, I'm gonna say something that I know a lot of you are gonna probably bash me for. I do see Nancy going back to Buhlale. I honestly feel like she does love the guy and she does see like a future with him. But if I would have to give Nancy advice and she said, listen, I'm going back to my man, I'm going to work things out, I'm just going to say to her, listen, girl, if you really want things to work out, listen to whatever that man said with a pinch of salt. I know, guys, with the in, but if he's saying that's the way to get him there, because Mia was that, guys, to be honest. Mia, she did like, she's the type of girl that she's like, she's playful sexually, like what is the word? She'll play those mind games so that you're excited for the actual thing. And that's what the guy is actually saying, is that he wants someone to challenge him mentally before. Yeah, there's just some people who are like that. And if Nancy really wants to make it work, she just needs to start being that person. And if that's not the case, I don't see it working out. She should just leave. But if it were up to me, girl, she had pants, because this guy clearly is just not that into you. Guys, then on Twitter, I also see Mia actually, there was a question that someone actually asked Mia, and she actually answered it. This person was like, okay, Mia, I get ukuthi you were brought onto the show to bring temptation and all of that, but like, and you were there for screen time, but didn't you think ukuthi, like, come on, this is someone's relationship? Because the crazy thing about the show, guys, they're bringing in temptations for like a week or few days, and then after that, when are you left in the mess with your partner like that? That's why I'm saying I don't see the use of the show, because it just, what's the purpose? Hey, so Mia said ukuthi she says that it wasn't an easy decision for her to make. It wasn't a decision she made lightly to have sexual intercourse with Ubuhlalim, and she says it was definitely not for screen time or just for vibes. She said she wishes she could comment more and reveal more, but she says we should keep watching and we'll find out more. So I don't know if Ubuhlale told her, Wuti, listen, I'm gonna break up with this person. I really see myself with you outside of the show. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised by that. But Mia is also a hip hop artist, you guys. I saw she released the latest single. I don't know if this could have been even a move for publicity, maybe going on to the show, but actually having sexual intercourse with the guy, it could be that Butlale was whispering sweet, empty nothings to her, you guys. But anyway, let's park it there. We shall be back with the review for the reunion to see what's what, you guys. Tell me your thoughts on this. Please do make sure you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you guys on the next one.